No really excitement now at all. You know, like it used to be. I mean, it used to be smashing. But we don't get anybody now. Well, it's not the same, is it? I don't think it's the same. Everything's altered.
So this is Smokedale.
Smokedale. 500,000 people live there. A town of steel. There. Look at that. That's wrong.
What's wrong? The houses are fit to live in, aren't they? They're not condemned, are they? The kids look happy enough.
Aye, but they shouldn't be here.
Well, you can't say they aren't happy.
But they shouldn't be here. Lads shouldn't have to play in a place like this. Kids shouldn't have to grow up in soot and muck. It isn't right. What can they hope for? What can they look forward to?
The ambition of most of my generation were to find a decent area to live in, and Manor just not. I mean, conditions on Manor, housing, recreation facilities, anything. I mean, there's just none of it on this estate. There never has been from origins of this estate. I mean, it were poor housing 60 years ago, it's poor housing now. It were poor recreational facilities 60 years ago, it's poor recreation facilities now. They were fighting for playgrounds 60 years ago. We've fought and just got that playground, really, in this last couple of years.
I removed on the Manor from a one-up, two-up, one-down property, back-to-back property in Attercliffe, where for years we'd had to drag a tin bath out onto the hearth to have a bath. And we was offered this property. At the time we was offered it, I was in bed, confined with one of my daughters, Darryl. She was a fortnight old when I removed up here.
Well, we brought the family up, you know. We had bicycles those days, and we rode up on the bicycle, me and the daughter, our Pat. And we get to the house, you see, and I'd just put the key into the door, and this next door neighbour one shouted, "Oi!" I said, "Hello." She said, "Dear neighbour." I said, "No, thank you." I'm not wearing that, no chance. I said, "No, thank you." I said, "I don't neighbour, love."
We moved up here on 31st of March 1930, and we came up on horse and dray, and we thought it was smashing, this house, because, I mean, it were a little back-to-back house we'd come from, and it's this, you know, ever so big. And I loved it, and I've liked it ever since round here.
The Manor estate lies 1.5 miles from Sheffield city centre. Built in the 1920s, it represented all that was new and optimistic in town planning. At its peak, it housed nearly 11,000 people. Now, After years of neglect, the estate is the site of one of the largest council house rebuilding schemes in Britain.
Back on it like a palace. It was absolutely, it was teak eye. And it was just like a palace. And all the young ones, you know, they really enjoyed it. You know, with the garden, you know, beautiful garden, you know, plenty of room in the back.
I'm looking at this bath and I thought, oh, smashing, I'm going to have a bath. We'd had a coal fire to get the water hot and that. And I ran the bath and I stepped in it and I laid in it. And then all of a sudden I thought, well, I better get washed. I can't lay here forever. And I found I couldn't move. I was stuck to bloody white paint. They painted it with.
Well, it was great. Cornfields, and then there were a farm further over. And horses, we used to play with horses and run around fields with them. And there used to be a brook down there as well, and we used to go paddling down in brook.
It's a prison of poverty because it's sort of people just haven't got the money to be able to get out of this prison. The ones that do have money to get out of this prison usually don't remember this prison that they were in. They don't remember these sort of conditions that other people have to live under, and it's very rare they come back once they've left the estate.
It's got a bad name from people who don't know about it. Like all these people at Pulp Manor down, they've got to live here to know what it's like. Yeah. Just because houses look rough from outside, and that don't mean that people are rough inside.
You travel Pulp Manor and you look at it, I mean, let's be honest, it looks like Belfast, doesn't it? It does look rough, and no, there's one in it. Straight through it. I mean, don't stop, just keep going. But I mean, nobody ever thinks to stop and talk to anybody.
We seem to have been having people brought onto the estate with poverty, with problems and that, until the old place is like a ghetto. But underneath all that, they are very genuine people. It's a predominantly working class area. It's predominantly full of problems and a lot of poverty. But underneath all this brashness that you will come across, people talking to you that they don't care attitude, underneath all that, they are a caring section of people.
Well, I heard that we was moving last August, and then I had this flood in January, and I just thought I'd be moving quickly. So I've emptied all these. Well, I had ornaments in there and silver in here, and silver in that cabinet there, and I've got pictures on. Well, I've took all them down. I'm just waiting now. And I haven't heard nothing since. It's bad in here. There's not many of us left. There's only about 3, and I don't think they've heard anything either. Up to now they haven't. Right, it is a bit scary, especially